Numbers chapter 20. The death of Miriam. And the people of Israel, the whole congregation, came into the wilderness of Zin in the first month. And the people stayed in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. The waters of Meribah. Now there was no water for the congregation, and they assembled themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people quarreled with Moses and said, "Would that we have perished with your brothers? Our brothers perished before the Lord. Why have you brought the assembly of the Lord into this wilderness, that we should die here, both we and our cattle? And why have you made us come up out of Egypt to bring us to this evil place? It is no place for grain or figs or vines or pomegranates. There is no water to drink." Then Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly to the entrance of the tent of meeting and fell on their faces. And the glory of the Lord appeared to them. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take off the staff and assemble the congregation, you and Aaron and your brother, and tell the rock before your eyes to yield its water. So you shall bring water out of the rock for them, and give drink to the congregation and their cattle." And Moses took the staff from the people before the Lord, and he commanded them. Moses strikes the rock. Then Moses and Aaron gathered the assembly together before the rock, and said to them, "Hear now, you rebels, shall we bring water for you out of this rock?" And Moses lifted up his hand and struck the rock with his staff twice, and water came out of abundantly, and the congregation drank, and the livestock. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not believe in me, to uphold me as holy in the eyes of the people of Israel, therefore you shall not bring this assembly into the land that I have given them. These are the waters of Meribah, where the people of Israel quarreled with the Lord, and brought them he showed himself holy. Through them he showed himself holy." Edom refuses passage. Moses sent messages from Kadesh to the king of Edom. "Thus says your brother Israel, you know all the hardships we have met. Now our fathers went down to Egypt, and we lived in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians dealt harshly with us and our fathers. And when we cried to the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and brought us out of Egypt. And here we are in Kadesh, a city on the edge of your territory. Please let us pass through your land. We will not pass through field or vineyard or drink water from your well. We will go along the heaven's highway. We will not turn aside to the right or to the left until we have passed through your territory." But Edom said to him, "You shall not pass through, lest I come out with the sword against you." And the people of Israel said to him, "We will go up by the highway, and if we drink of your water, I and my livestock, and we will pay for it. Let us only pass through on foot, nothing more." And he said, "You shall not pass through." And Edom came out against them with a large army, with a strong force. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through the territory. So Israel returned away from him. The death of Aaron. And they sojourned from Kadesh, and the people of Israel and the whole congregation came to Mount Hor. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron at the Mount Hor, on the border of the land of Edom, "Let Aaron be gathered to his people, for he shall not enter the land, and I have given to the people of Israel, because you rebelled against my command at the waters of Meribah. Take Aaron and Eleazar and his son, and bring them up to Mount Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them on Eleazar his son. And Aaron shall be gathered to his people, and shall die there." Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them on Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there on top of the mountain, and Moses and Eleazar came down from the mountain. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron had perished, all the house of Israel wept for Aaron 30 days. Psalm 58. God who judges the earth. Do you indeed decree what is right, you gods? Do you judge the children of men uprightly? No, in your hearts you devise wrong. Your hands deal out violence on earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray from birth, speaking lies. They have venom like the venom of a serpent, like the deaf adder that stops its ear, so that it does not hear the voice of the charmers, of the cunning enchanter. O God, break the teeth in their mouths. Tear out the fangs of young lions, O Lord. Let them vanish like water that runs away. When he aims his arrows, let him be blunted. Let them be like the snail that dissolves into slime, like the stillborn child who never sees the sun. Sooner than your parts can feel the heat of thorns, whether green or ablaze, may he sweep them away. The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. Mankind will say, surely there is a reward for the righteous. Surely there is a God who judges on earth. Psalm 59. Deliver me from my enemies. Deliver me from my enemies, O God. Protect me from those who rise against me. Deliver me from those who work evil, and save me from bloodthirsty men. For behold, they lie in wait for my life. Fierce men stir up strife against me. For no transgression is sin of mine, O Lord. For no fault of mine they run and make ready. Awake, come to me and see. You, your Lord, your God, Lord God of hosts, our God of Israel, rouse yourself to punish all the nations. Spare none of those who treacherously plot evil. Selah. Each evening, each evening they come back, howling like dogs and prowling like the city. There they are, bellowing their mouths, the swords in the lips, for who they think will hear us. But you, O Lord, laugh at them. You hold on all the nations in derision. O my strength, I will watch for you. For you, O God, are my fortress. My God is my steadfast love, will meet me. God will let me look in triumph on my enemies. Kill them not, let my people forget. Make them not totter by the power. Bring them down. O Lord, our shield, for the sin of your mouth, the words of their hearts, let them be trapped in their pride. For the cursing and lies they utter, consume them in wrath, consume them till they are no more, and they make know the Lord, know that God rules over Jacob, that the ends of the earth. Selah. Each evening they come back howling like dogs and prowling about the city. They wander about for food and growl like if they do not get their fill. But I will sing of your strength. I will sing aloud of your steadfast love in the morning. For you have been to me a fortress, a refuge in the day of my distress. O my strength, I will sing praises to you. For you, O God, are my fortress, the God who shows me steadfast love. Isaiah chapter 9. For to us a child is born, but there will be no gloom for her who is in anguish. In the former time he brought into contempt the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali. But in the latter time he has made glorious the way of the sea, the land beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. The people who walk in darkness have seen a great light, and those who dwell in the land of deep darkness, on them has light shone. You have multiplied the nations, you have increased his joy. They rejoice before you as with joy at a harvest, and they are glad when they divide the spoil. For the yoke of his burden and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, you have broken as on the day of Midian. For every boot of the trampling warrior in battle, tumult, and every garment rolled in blood will be burned as fuel for the fire. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and of peace there will be no end, and on the throne of David over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and with righteousness, and from this time forth and furthermore the zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this. Judgment on arrogance and oppression. The Lord has sent a word against Jacob, and it shall fall on Israel, and all the people will know Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria, and who say in pride and in arrogance of heart, the bricks have fallen, but we will build with dressed stones, and sycamores have been cut down, that we will put cedars in their place. But the Lord rises the adversaries of risen against them, and stirs up his enemies, the Syrians on the east and the Philistines on the west devour Israel with an open mouth, and all his anger has not turned away, and his hand is stretched out still. The people do not turn to him who struck him, nor inquire of the Lord of hosts. So the people cut off from Israel head and tail, palm, palm branch and reed in one day. The elder and the honored man is the head, and the prophet who teaches lies is the tail. For those who guide his people have been leading them astray, and those who guided them are swallowed up. Therefore the Lord does not rejoice over their young men, and has no compassion on the fatherless and widows. For everyone is godless and an evildoer, and every mouth speaks folly, and all this his anger has not turned away, and his hand stretched out still. For wickedness burns like a fire, it consumes bearers and thorns, it kindles the thickets of the forest, and they roll upward in the column of smoke. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts, the land is scorched, and the people are like fuel for the fire. No one spares another. They slice meat on the right, but are still hungry. They devour on the left, but are still not satisfied. Each devours the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh devours Ephraim, and Ephraim devours Manasseh. Together they are against Judah, and all this his anger has not turned away, and his land is stretched out still. James chapter 3, the taming of the tongue. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For we all stumble in many ways, and if anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle his whole body. If we put bits into the mouths of horses as they obey us, we guide their whole bodies as well. Look at the ships also, though they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire! And the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among other members, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire course of life, and set on fire by hell. For every kind of beast or bird or reptile or sea creature can be tamed, but it has been tamed by mankind. But no human being can tame the tongue. It is restless evil, full of deadly poison. With it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse people who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth comes blessing and cursing. My brothers, these things ought not to be so. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and salt water? Can a fig tree, my brothers, bear olives, or grapevine produce figs? Neither can salt pond yield fresh water. Wisdom from above. Who is wise and understanding among you? By his great conduct let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth. This is not the wisdom that comes down from heaven. It is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and very vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy, good fruits, impartial, sincere, and the wise harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace.